Imagine this. You slept for 8 hours. You drank your morning coffee. Maybe you even ate breakfast, but by lunchtime you're already exhausted. Your body feels heavy. Your mind struggles to focus. Another cup of coffee helps for a while, but the tiredness always comes back. So what is happening? Most people think being tired simply means they didn't sleep enough, but that's only part of the story. Your energy is controlled by a complex system inside your brain and body. Sleep matters, but so do your biological clock, your hormones, your diet, your stress levels, and even the amount of sunlight your eyes receive every morning. If even one of these systems falls out of balance, you can feel exhausted despite spending plenty of time in bed. Today we're going to explore the real science behind why you're always tired, and more importantly, how to fix it. The first reason is something called sleep debt. Many people believe they can survive on 5 or 6 hours of sleep during the week and simply catch up on the weekend. Unfortunately, your brain doesn't work that way. Every night of insufficient sleep creates a small debt. As those nights add up, your attention, memory, reaction time, and decision-making slowly decline. Researchers have found that people who regularly sleep less than 6 hours often perform as poorly as someone who is mildly intoxicated, even though they usually don't realize it themselves. The solution is simple but powerful. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep every night, not just on weekends. Consistency matters far more than occasional marathon sleep sessions. But sleep duration isn't the only thing controlling your energy. Your body actually follows two different systems. The first is your circadian rhythm, your internal biological clock that tells your body when to feel awake and when to prepare for sleep. The second is sleep pressure. Throughout the day, a chemical called adenosine slowly builds up inside your brain. The longer you're awake, the more adenosine accumulates, making you feel increasingly sleepy. When you sleep, your brain clears much of it away. This explains why caffeine works. It doesn't create energy. Instead, it blocks adenosine from attaching to its receptors, temporarily hiding your tiredness. The fatigue is still there, you just can't feel it as strongly. That's also why drinking coffee late in the day often backfires. Hours later, caffeine is still blocking those receptors, making it harder to fall asleep and reducing your sleep quality. The result is a vicious cycle. Poor sleep leads to more caffeine, and more caffeine leads to even poorer sleep. Another overlooked factor is your chronotype. Some people naturally wake up early. Others are biologically wired to stay awake later. Neither is lazy. Genetics play an important role. If your natural rhythm doesn't match your work or school schedule, you may constantly feel tired even if you're technically sleeping enough hours. Teenagers experience this especially often because puberty naturally shifts their biological clock toward later bedtimes, making early mornings particularly difficult. Once you understand how your body works, the next step is helping it work with you instead of against you. That starts the moment you wake up. One of the best things you can do is expose yourself to natural sunlight as early as possible. Morning light tells your brain that a new day has begun. It suppresses melatonin, the hormone that makes you sleepy, and helps reset your internal clock for the next night. Even 10 to 30 minutes outside can make a noticeable difference. If possible, avoid immediately staring at your phone in a dark room. Let real daylight wake your brain instead. Hydration also matters more than many people realize. After several hours without drinking water, your body is naturally slightly dehydrated. Even mild dehydration can reduce concentration, worsen mood, and increase feelings of fatigue. A simple glass of water shortly after waking is one of the easiest ways to improve alertness. Movement is another powerful tool. This doesn't mean you need an intense workout every morning. A short walk, light stretching, or even a few minutes of movement increases blood flow, raises body temperature, and signals to your brain that it's time to be awake. Ironically, using energy is often one of the fastest ways to create more energy. Now let's talk about something many people underestimate: food. Your brain uses roughly 20% of your body's energy, even while you're sitting still. What you feed it directly affects how you feel. Meals filled with refined sugar and highly processed foods often produce rapid spikes in blood sugar followed by sharp crashes. Those crashes leave you feeling sluggish and sleepy. Whole foods rich in protein, healthy fats, fiber, fruits, and vegetables provide steadier energy throughout the day. The change may not happen overnight, but over weeks and months, many people notice a dramatic improvement in how energetic they feel. Exercise works in a similar way. It may seem strange that spending energy gives you more energy, but countless studies support exactly that conclusion. Regular exercise improves sleep quality, increases deep sleep, reduces stress, and boosts daytime alertness. It also improves cardiovascular health, allowing oxygen and nutrients to reach your muscles and brain more efficiently. You don't have to become an athlete. Walking consistently, cycling, swimming, or strength training a few times each week can all make a meaningful difference. However, try not to perform intense workouts right before bed. Exercise temporarily raises your core body temperature, making it harder for your body to transition into sleep. Another hidden cause of exhaustion is constant mental stimulation. Modern life floods our brains with notifications, emails, social media, videos, and endless decisions. Even if your body hasn't worked hard physically, your brain may have been processing information nonstop for hours. Mental fatigue feels surprisingly similar to physical fatigue. Giving yourself small breaks during the day, spending time outdoors, or simply sitting quietly for a few minutes allows your brain to recover and improves focus far more than endlessly scrolling through your phone. As evening approaches, your habits become even more important. Bright lights, especially from phones and tablets, delay the release of melatonin, making your brain believe it's still daytime. Try dimming lights during the last hour before bed and reducing screen use whenever possible. Temperature also plays an important role. Your body naturally cools down as it prepares for sleep. That's why a cool bedroom often helps people fall asleep faster. Interestingly, taking a warm shower before bed can also help because your body rapidly loses heat afterward, supporting this natural cooling process. Alcohol deserves special mention. Many people believe alcohol improves sleep because it makes them fall asleep quickly. In reality, it reduces sleep quality by suppressing REM sleep and causing more awakenings during the night. You may spend 8 hours in bed but still wake up feeling unrefreshed. Finally, let's talk about what might be the single most powerful habit of all: a consistent sleep schedule. Your brain loves routine. Going to bed and waking up at roughly the same time every day strengthens your circadian rhythm. Over time, your body begins releasing hormones at predictable times, making it easier to fall asleep naturally and wake up feeling refreshed, even before your alarm rings. Many people search for the perfect supplement, the strongest coffee, or the newest productivity hack. But lasting energy usually comes from mastering the basics. Sleep enough. Wake up at a consistent time, get morning sunlight, stay hydrated, eat mostly whole foods, exercise regularly, limit caffeine late in the day, reduce bright screens before bed. These habits may sound simple, but together they completely transform how your brain and body function. And if you've tried improving your sleep, diet, exercise, and routine but still feel exhausted every day, don't ignore it. Conditions like iron deficiency, vitamin B12 deficiency, thyroid disorders, sleep apnea, anxiety, and depression can all cause persistent fatigue. In those cases, speaking with a healthcare professional is one of the most important steps you can take.